Well, welcome back, Missouri Valley Media Day here on the field of 68. We're now joined by Valparaiso head coach Roger Powell. Roger, we were just talking, and it's year 3 for you now out of Valpo. Time flies when you're at a program like this, doesn't it?
It does. It does, especially when you're trying to build something and you got some momentum going and you can see the day-to-day work is paying off. It's fun and it goes fast though. It's crazy.
So the good news is you doubled your win total from year one to year two. The
Yeah.
not quite as good news is the portal hit you guys pretty hard, and you're not the only
Mhm.
ones, but certainly you lost 11 guys overall, and you have a completely different team this year. What's it been like? What describe to me what the off season is like because you're a little bit older, not as old as me, but you're a little bit older, and the game has changed lately to whereas retention is important, but really, really difficult for teams in the Valley and other mid-major schools.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same college basketball and until you adjust to that, until you actually like say, okay, I'm okay with that, you can't build. You can't build. And I do think, just in our situation, having kids that didn't have any offers and kind of were, um, under the radar, and then have an awesome finish to the season, and they made a name for themselves. And it's kind of one of those things where you can't blame them. They leave and they get a big payday. But I do think there is a pathway where you can build. When you get a little bit older, you get some older guys that maybe have 1 year left, and you got some younger guys that you don't have to rely on as much, although they're still going to be talented. They're going to play. I think that's the formula. But when you have freshmen starting, playing majority of the time, you're leading scorers. I mean, it's inevitable. They're probably going to transfer up.
So you did bring in a number of new players. You brought in quite a few transfers. I think what's interesting is that you went outside of the Division One route to be able to bring some of these guys in. And the one I wanted to ask you about first was Sean Tupuola, who averaged 14 and 12 boards last year, and who, if I am not mistaken, had 15 against you in a scrimmage when you guys played them a year ago.
Yeah,
What do you
he
expect
had
to
like
see out of him?
he had like 13 points in the first half. I mean, he was a monster against us. So I'm happy he's on our side now.
Yeah. Well,
But
6'9", 245. What do you hope to get out of him this season?
yeah, I mean, he's an athlete. He's actually 6'10". He has good strength. He's has a great second jump. He has some rim protection, some physicality and size that we haven't really had here. Um, since my first 2 seasons. And then he's older. Yes, he played NIA level, but I mean, we got to see what he could do firsthand against our team last year, and he gave us all we can handle. So, he gives us someone with that athleticism, the size that we need it, and you have to have that in this conference to give yourself a chance to finish towards the top.
Was that the biggest thing, Roger, that you learned from last year? Even though, again, you win 15 games, you go to the Valley semis. But was that the biggest thing that you kind of learned? Okay, going in, even losing all these guys, we're going to get bigger. We have to get bigger in
We
order to
Yeah,
compete.
absolutely. You had to get bigger, and we got bigger pretty much at every position. We had to get bigger on the wing. We had to get bigger inside. We had to get some more experience. And we were fortunate with two of our transfers. I mean, both of them started Division One level, and have won and have put up numbers. So now we have some experience transfers that have come in, and they're going to help us. I think all of that was it's part of building a program, and I feel like last year's team helped us jump a certain level, help us be respected a certain level, with the late run we had. So it helped us in getting some higher level transfers this year. And I'm super excited about that.
One of the two returnees that you have is Justice McNair, and he's a guy. He's a sophomore. Only played about 11 minutes a game, but he won a couple games for you himself. I think he had a like a game winning half court shot in one game, and another one where he hit a bunch of threes down the stretch. So bigger role, I'm assuming, more minutes here, and he's the guy that kind of understands what you guys expect out of the program. What are we going to see from Justice this season?
Yeah, I think he's going to have that natural progression. I think, from freshman to sophomore, you usually make a pretty decent sized jump. And some guys, All Right was playing prep school when he came in. Justice came straight out of high school, but you saw glimpses of it, but it wasn't as consistent. I think as you get more experience, this is his second time around. He's seen college basketball. Hopefully you'll see more consistency out of him. But we're really excited because he was dynamic and he had games literally where he single-handedly won them for us, and that's a good sign to have a kid like that coming back that's dynamic like him.
Isaiah Barnes is a guy who we know. I mean, he's been in college basketball for a long time, right? A couple years in Michigan, highly touted. A couple years at Tulsa, averaged almost double figures last year for the Tulsa. I think you recruited him, right? Didn't you recruit him back when you were at Gonzaga? So how do you envision him? I mean, I assume he'll be one of the cornerstone guys for this year's team.
Yeah, I mean, his experience alone. I mean, I recruited him way back when I was at Vanderbilt, and he's in Chicagoland. I've known him for a long time, and he's one of those Chicago kids that I've done a good job recruiting, and but I mean, he was a 4-star recruit. Played in the Big Ten. Last year I think he averaged like 10 points and 5 rebounds at Tulsa. So he's has experience, and that's what we hadn't had since I've been here. And shoot, not just him. I mean, he's going to be dynamic for us. You got Owen Deese, who played at Texas Corpus Christi, played in the NCAA tournament, put up big numbers in tournament games. I mean, 6'8" forward. I mean, those being able to bring in that caliber of player to the Valley, that gives you a chance, especially on the wing. Because one area we need to get bigger was inside, but to add those two with their size and their experience and athleticism, that we're super excited about that.
Mark Brown Jr., point guard, junior college kid coming in. I always feel like it's when you have those transfers coming at the point, it could be a little bit difficult just because of what it means to be a point guard in the program, right? You got to be the coach on the floor. It's everyone kind of knows the requirements of being a lead guard. Are you working with him specifically to try to get on the same page, to try to learn, this is what I like to do, this is what you like to do, this is how we can make this work together?
Without a doubt. And, he was a top 60 JUCO player in the country. Isaiah Stafford, we got a couple of years ago, he wasn't even top 100. And then not only mention, Mark led his JUCO team to #1 ranking in the country at Snow College. So, he's won and he's dynamic. And I think just that talent alone, his experience, he's older, he's adjusting pretty quickly to what we need from him. And I'm excited. I think he has a chance to be one of those breakout players. Obviously, in our program, I love guards that can score. He can score it as well. So I'm excited to see kind of how he adjusts. And once we get to start playing against other teams, to see his talent come out.
All right, Roger, we're going to go off script here a little bit. We're going to have a little fun. Right. So I've been told pickup games back at Valpo, one in particular, were interesting. You are super competitive. We know you played at Illinois and how good you were. But give me the story of when you and current Ohio State head coach Jake Diebler, listen, got into it a little bit, didn't you?
So Jake and I, man, we're like brothers, man. We were together, building that thing with Bryce, and we won a lot, and then we went through Vanderbilt, had it going in the right direction. Obviously, unfortunately, all of our guys got injured, but I root for him all the time. Man, that's my brother. We're super close even to this day, but we were ultra competitive, and we literally competed at everything from pickup to, I don't know, anything you compete on, we did. We're like brothers. And so, it depends on which games you were talking about, because we also played a game called Baylor Ball where you lower the rims and you dunk on each other. So we've done a lot. But man, no, we used to compete. We used to battle, and it was 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and yeah, I can't recall one because we did it so much, but it was a lot of fun. And even to this day,
he said there was one in particular where it almost came to, throwing blows for I'm like, all right, I'd take Roger in that one. All right, if it comes to that, I'm going to take Roger against you, Jake, and it's not even close. It's going to be Roger's going to be
that. If we did, we probably hugged afterwards. So,
all right,
all right,
go, Roger.
Okay, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, so When Bryce is kind of running that coaching staff, was there ever a point where he just kind of, yeah, like, I know when my kids start fighting, I'm like, you go to your room, you're in timeout. How many often did you get sent to your office or get put in timeout when you were on that staff?
That's hilarious. I don't know if we ever got put in timeout, but I know Bryce could feel it when we were competing with each other. I mean, but that made us good. I mean, that literally is the reason we were so good, and that we did a great job recruiting, and we won a bunch of championships at Valpo. Man, we were passionate, and even to this day, you see Jake's passion, you see my passion. I mean, for Bryce to have two, young coaches that have matured and grown into head coaches. I mean, one being the head coach of Ohio State, it's just a credit to his tutelage and just him giving both of us an opportunity. And even to this day, I mean, all three of us are really close. Like I said, I mean, we care about each other a ton, and we want to see all of us, achieve and do well.
All right, I got one more before Rob tries to bring it back on the rails. And I don't know where this is going to go, Roger. This is a leap of faith for me right now. All right.
Oh boy, here we go.
Give me your Michael Jackson impersonation. Can you do it? Will you do it? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
Who told you about that?
I cannot divulge my sources. I cannot.
Oh my goodness.
Can we get it?
That was just going to go away. Huh?
Can we get the impersonation?
Hey. Oh no, so I can't do it because I don't have my hair, I don't have my glove. But that's funny. Did you see the video? So I did that for a charity here in Valpo. And it was awesome.
Really?
I did. And I had Pat Baldwin. So you didn't know about this?
No.
See, I'm confessing right now. This summer I had Pat Baldwin and Jesse McClung. They're the background, and I literally I did a Michael Jackson impersonation to raise money for underprivileged kids in Valpo parks. And I thought someone told you about that. I'm hiding the video though. That's never.
No, we will get the video. We will trust me. We will get the video, and we will make sure to put it out there and either make you look really good or embarrass you.
Hold on, let's clarify this. Did you dance? Was it singing? What song was it?
I did it, man. I did it, and
what
it
song?
was really good. I think it was "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about? All right, yeah. So no, I came with it. I got a standing ovation. So
nice.
You won't embarrass me, but at the same time, they get to see a different side of Coach Powell. Coach Powell do anything for the kids, man.
All right, so here, how about this? That we're going to make a deal right here. If Valpo wins the Missouri Valley this year, you come on the field of 68, and we give. Can I make a request? Can we get
Sure.
Billie Jean?
Oh, I think I could do that. I watch. I got to study the film. Yeah, I study film. I gotta prepare for it. If we win Missouri Valley, I might do it on the court. All right, that's how happy I'm.
Yes.
So I don't think I'll have to go on the field of 68 for it. I think it's gonna be out there. All right, Dill, you got it.
Done.
Yes, done. Lock it in, man. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Got one more for you.
Billie Jean.
I got one more for you, basketball wise. Describe to me what this team's going to look like, because I do think, again, we've talked about the size, we've talked about some of the new guys. How will the style be different than what it was a year ago?
I mean, these guys are gritty, man. I mean, that's one of the things that I have seen from them, starting all the way back to June when they got here up to now. Like, they've been consistently gritty and tough, and they're fighters, and they got something to prove. Obviously, the size, the athleticism, the physicality is different. Man, these guys are talented. And, obviously it's our job to keep them connected, teach them how to play our style, whereas they're not thinking as much and they're just hooping. But what you're going to see is a different type of physicality and competition level that, we haven't had since being here. And I'm super excited about that.
All right. Well, listen, Roger, it's great to see you, man. Appreciate you jumping on. And with all due respect to everybody else in the Missouri Valley, we have been guaranteed a performance of Billie Jean at half court if Valparaiso wins the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. So I will be a Valpo fan for the entire season. I can promise you that. We'll be rooting for
Hey.
you, man. Great to see you. Yeah,
Awesome.
see, I told you, man.